you kind of play like this. You put spikes for your pawns, so your opponent can't really get in. Your bishop goes here, or here, or here, or even here sometimes. b5, bishop b7. Very flexible opening. So c4, knight c6. Yesipenko traded and went f4. So Magnus was like, okay, so he wants to go e5, right? I'll stop that. And I will activate my knight and my bishop to go to g4. Yesipenko played f5. So he blocks the bishop. Okay. Magnus says, I see. Bishop b4 check. The knight goes to c3. And now Magnus is like, well, I want to trade, but I also want to make sure this bishop is sort of blocked. And, you know, against the bishops, I prefer a close position. So I should play c5. So he plays c5 now. He could have taken on c3 first, but okay, he plays c5. And Yesipenko goes g4. And, you know, the move g4 is interesting because you're very clearly showing to your opponent that you would like to take his head off. You want to win, g4. But Magnus is like, okay. What is... And Yesipenko is like, no, I'm going for it, all right? And I just found this next sequence very humorous. Because Magnus is like, yo, I never castled. Like, you're doing all this. You're doing all this. What if I just... And I go that way. And Yesipenko commits completely to the attack. Magnus is like, well, I'm pinning you, so why don't I go here, creating a threat on the pinned situation here, right? Could have taken on c3. Queen c2. Now Magnus is like, well, your queen has to defend the pawn, so I'm going to trade off the bishop. And now I castle. So you did all this. What do you do now? Yesipenko's like, to be honest, Magnus, that's a great question. I'm going to castle too. I actually don't think I have that much of an attack. And Magnus is like, okay, the problem is I'm defending myself and putting great pressure on your king. And Yesipenko plays rook d2, and Magnus just plays rook takes d3. A man after my own heart, sacrificing the rook yet again, bulldozing the position. It doesn't matter what you take with, because my next move is bishop e4, or maybe knight e4, and you lose. You lose because your king is completely open. Queen d3, bishop e4, and Andrei Yesipenko quite literally resigned because his queen can no longer defend the pawn on c3. He could have kept the game going very slightly longer with this. It wouldn't have really mattered. Okay, Magnus would have probably taken, and put a rook on d8 and won the game in some 10-15 moves. So, folks, that is the story of how Magnus Carlsen is approaching 3400 Blitz on chess.com.